Rule number 8 says that since a personal pronoun works in the place of a noun, the number, gender and the person of the pronoun must be according to the noun only. What does this mean? Like Ram has lost his books. So Ram has lost his books. In this case, this is fine. If I say Ram has lost their books, this will be incorrect. But someone who does not know this rule, they might be thinking that here books is a plural noun. So probably the pronoun here should also not be his. I think the pronoun here should also be the plural pronoun which is there. Someone who does not know this rule might be thinking that, but no. You have to understand that this is a possessive pronoun, and in possessive pronouns we have to refer to the original subject of this sentence, not the object of this sentence. So Ram has lost his books. If I say many boys have lost, then we will say their books, right? Then she loves his husband. Okay, so in this case, of course, this is very incorrect because this word his, you might be thinking maybe the object here is husband, who is definitely a boy, so I'll be using his here, but no, the possessive pronoun always refers to the subject. So as a result, this is incorrect. I will say she loves her husband. Okay, then when two or more singular nouns are joined by the word and, then the pronoun for them will always be in the plural number. So if I just had said Mohan, then it would be correct. I can use a singular noun, but singular pronoun. But here I am saying Mohan and Sohan have lost his books. So in this case, this is definitely incorrect because of this particular thing that I have said have lost, and then I have said his books. Whose books? Did they lose Mohan's books or did they lose Sohan's books? If I had written Mohan and Sohan have lost Mohan's books, then it would be correct. But in this case, I want to say that Mohan and Sohan have lost both of their books. So I'll be using the word their instead of his, because we have the word and here, and this makes it a plural noun collectively. Rule number 10 says that when there are two or more singular nouns joined by the word and they are preceded by each and every, then the pronoun must be singular. So now there is once again, just like number 9, in this case we see that the singular nouns, they are joined by and. But in rule number 10 there is something that is different, that we are using it right after the words each and every. So if you use each or if you use every, it immediately means that you are referring to individual people. So because of that, we will be using the singular pronoun only. But if there were no each or every, and if there were subjects using the word and in between, in that case I will be saying that they will need a plural verb. Like in this case, every student and every teacher took his or her seat. So in this case, I have used every here and also I have used every here. So because I am saying every student and every teacher, this means that every person individually they have taken their seat. So individually, whenever I mean it in that way, I will say his or her. I will not say their. Each of Ram and Shyam has done his work. Okay, so from these people, each of them individually, the one boy has done his work and the other boy has also done his work. Then each man and each boy in the party has got his share. Once again, because there is each, I will use the singular pronoun which is his. Rule 11 says that when a singular noun and a plural noun are combined by or, either or, neither nor, then the singular noun usually comes first in the sentence and the pronoun must be in the plural number. So there has to be, first of all, there is a singular noun and then there is a plural noun. But they are combined with or, either or, neither nor. So all three of these phrases are very common in English grammar. So we are using what? The singular noun, they come first in the sentence and the pronoun must be in the plural number. So whenever you are trying to say that there is one item that is singular and another item that is plural, the singular item will come first, the plural item will come second. And because the plural item comes second, the verb that is closer to that plural noun should also be a plural word. So the pronoun should also be a plural pronoun. So let's see, either the manager or his subordinates. If I had written either the subordinates or the manager, then it would be wrong. Because I am trying to compare between one thing that is singular. There is only one person and subordinates are many persons, right? So the singular one will definitely come first. And then comes the plural one. And then either the manager or his subordinates failed in their duty. So why did I use the word their here? Because I am trying to refer to the closest noun, which is subordinates. So generally in a pronoun like this, I will refer to the closer pronoun, and the closer pronoun here is plural. So I will also say their duty and not his duty in sending the official message. Rule number 12 says that when two or more singular nouns are joined by either or, neither nor, the pronoun is always in the singular form. So, because now what is happening? We are trying to refer to singular nouns as only. We are only trying to compare between singular nouns. So, as a result, because these are only singular nouns, for this reason, the pronoun must always be in the singular form. Ram or Mohan should invest in his money. Why? Because you are not trying to say that they both together should invest. In that case, I will say they are. If there were Ram and Mohan, then I would say should invest in their business. But because I am saying either Ram or Mohan, either of them, either Ram being a singular noun will come here, or Mohan being a singular noun will come here. Them together will not come here. So for this reason, I will use the singular pronoun here only. Neither Ram nor Shyam confessed his guilt. Either Sheeta or Kamala forgot to take her prize. So in all of these cases, we see that there are singular pronouns used here. Then rule number 13 says that the words either and neither, they are always used in relation to two things or two persons, and for more than two things, any or none must be used. So far in the previous rules, we have already dealt with either and neither. We have seen that if two nouns are used where one is singular, one is plural, the singular should come first, the plural should come second, and therefore the pronoun which is closer to the singular, closer to the plural noun will definitely also be followed by a plural pronoun. And in the next rule, we have seen that for either or, neither nor, or just or, if there are two singular nouns which are being used one after the other, in that case, the pronoun that we will be using will definitely be singular. But now we are saying that we know that either nor and neither nor are referring to two persons or two identities, right? Comparing between two different identities. But now, if you have a comparison which are between many different identities, in that case, either or neither nor, neither of them can actually come into place. We have to use any or none. So either of the two girls can pay for it. This is fine because two girls, you are trying to say, you are trying to compare between two things. Neither of the two brothers has been selected. So only two persons. But now, any one of the employees can claim it. So in this case, employees here is what? Plural. And definitely, we do not know how many employees there are in that office. Even if there are, let's say, 3 employees, still 3 is greater than 2. So therefore, we cannot be using either or neither nor. We have to use any. And then none of the students of this class has passed. I don't know how many students there are. There can be 5 students or 10 students or 30, 40, 50 and so on. So we do not know specifically how many students there are. Either which way, we will be saying that students here is plural. So because students here is plural, if you want to refer to them in this case, I will be using none here. Because of course students, by the word students, I do not mean comparing only between two people, right? Okay, so in this particular exercise, we have to see that we are trying to identify the unclear pronoun references in the following paragraph. So let's see. Once 2 women came to King Solomon's court with a baby, and each of her claimed. So what does the word her here mean? This is very unclear, right? And who are we referring to? So we are trying to say that each of them, like each of these two women, so in the case of her, we will say each of them claim that they were the mother of the baby. This is not possible. You cannot say that together two women are the mother. So you can say each of them claim that she was. So where will be was? She was the mother of the baby. He thought for a while and got a brilliant idea. He ordered one of his men to cut the baby into two equal halves and give one half to them. Give one half to whom? How? Let's say this is a baby and we are cutting that baby into two equal halves. And if I only give one half to them together, what will they do with that half? The king is trying to say, I will give one half to one person and the other half to another person. So in this case, we will not be saying just them. We have to say that they are giving one half to each of them. Then the real mother of the baby became very nervous by this. By what? By this. What does the word this here? This means by this order. But the other woman was totally untouched. The king noticed the changes in the face, her. This really is very grammatically incorrect. So what will be saying? It changed in the face of the real mother and handed over the baby to her and punished the other woman. Okay? So I think this exercise is done. Let's look at another one. Bangladesh is a land of rivers as this is crisscrossed. What is crisscrossed? I cannot say this because we know in our previous video we have learned that for countries, for ships, for these particular regions, we have to use he or she in the case of pronouns. We cannot refer to it as it or they. So Bangladesh is a land of rivers as she is crisscrossed by hundreds of big and small rivers. The rivers are the lifeline of it. No. We have to say the rivers are the lifeline of Bangladesh. Then, the lives of people living here are greatly affected by them. By whom? By the people? No, by the rivers, right? So, by these rivers. Then, these are important from the cultural point of view. So, these what? These what? We don't know. So, we will say these rivers are important. Then, thousands of melodious songs are written on these rivers, but it is a matter of great concern that many of these what? So many of these rivers are dying out for lack of proper maintenance. That is the end of this class. I hope you have enjoyed this thoroughly. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. And make sure you watch the other videos of pronoun references if you have not already. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.